Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Truman201 back with another video for you guys today. And today, I'm doing my top 10 favorite Christian movies, as I mentioned in the previous video. Yeah. And by the way, if you have not already, you can check out the latest videos I posted. I noticed that they're not getting a lot of views, so if you feel free to go check those out, so viewership can rise on those. Yeah. Well, without further ado, here are my top 10 favorite Christian movies of all time. Number 10 is going to be Soul Surfer. Talk about an excellent Christian movie. It was in my top 5 for a good while, but of course I've seen a bunch of even better. I mean, all Christian films are great, but I've seen really good ones lately, and yeah, Soul Surfer is definitely a good one, for sure. Yeah, number 9 is going to be Facing the Giants. This is an awesome film. I mean, a great Christian movie. Highly recommend. And it's by the Kendrick brothers, and they have made great films over the years, including Overcomer, which I reviewed. So you can go check out that movie review if you so choose. But yeah, Facing Giants was a great movie. Really enjoyed it a lot. Yeah. Number 8 is going to be God Bless Broken Road. This was a really good one. I would have ranked it higher, but I just couldn't really, because I mean, it's a good film, but not as good as the other ones on this list that I've watched. But yeah, really good story, really good plot line, and the lady in the movie learns a valuable lesson throughout the film, and it's a great story as well. Yeah. All right. Number 7 is going to be I'm Not Ashamed. This was a great movie, and of course it was a story about Rachel Scott, which inspired a lot of people. This is a very recognizable school shooting, and it was just awful. What happened at Columbine High School, it was just devastating. I mean, of course I wasn't born yet, but for those of you that might remember what happened, it was just, oh man, it was awful. And Key Middle School actually had a club for the Friends of Rachel, and I think that was pretty cool, especially when I found out about who she was. And yeah, I'm Not Ashamed told the story quite well, and it was a great Christian movie, without a shadow of a doubt in my mind. It was great. All right, here we go. Number 6 is going to be Courageous. This one really focuses. This one really gears towards the fathers, and it's really important that you have a dad in your life, because good faithful men, because they're dads out there that just don't care about their kids, and it's really sad. Um, yeah, kids really need a caring father. I mean, caring father and mother in their life, but especially a father, because a father has a big influence on how kids can be raised, and it really tells a good story. And it's funny. It's funny as well. Has some good humor in there, especially with Javier. Snake Kings, Snake Kings. But yeah, that it was a really good film, really good plot line, and a really good story behind the movie. All right, here we go. My top 5, and number 5 is going to be Overcomer. I would have ranked it higher, but it's kind of surprised that it's not in my top 3. But I kind of changed my opinion a little bit about how I'm ranking these. But I mean, Overcomer, talk about a really good movie. I mean, really well done. I was blown away. It was a great film. And that, I mean, how that girl came to know Jesus Christ, I mean, that was just awesome. And it provides a good lesson that God could help you overcome anything, any obstacle. Especially without Kendrick having a cross country team, and of course she ended up winning the championship, which is cool. Yeah, Overcomer, a great film by far. All right, number 4 is going to be God's Not Dead. I mean, the God's Not Dead series. I'm just kidding. Oh, wait, no. Okay, so number 3 is the original. Oh, wait, no. Number 4 is the original God's Not Dead. When I first saw this, I was really inspired by this film. It really touched me. What that college freshman did, and of course, it led to 2 more films, which is cool. I'm only bringing up the first one because they basically tie into each other, and it's basically the same characters. Although the college freshman is not in the second one, so. But it's basically the same cast in all 3. The main characters are basically in all 3 films, except for the news reporter person. She is not. I don't. Oh wait, no, I think she is in the third one. Oh wait, no. Actually, no, she is not in the third one. But yeah, but you get it. Basically, the main characters are in all 3 films in some sort of way, even if they don't appear in in one of them. But yeah. But really great storyline to all 3 of them. I like them all the same, so that's why I'm only including the original one. Yeah. All right, my top 3. And number 3 is going to be I Can Only Imagine. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, no. Yeah. Okay. Number 3 is going to be I Can Only Imagine. And because of that, it's my second favorite Christian songs of all time. It wasn't my number 1, But of course, you'll find out when I do my top 10 favorite Christian songs that it is not anymore, and I'll explain why through this top 10. So basically, I was blown away with how well this movie was done. The cast was great. It was a great story. Definitely a tearjerker for those of you that get a little emotional. But it was just a really great film. Really enjoyed it a lot. And of course, you kind of learn how the band Mercy Me came to be, and how that song came about. And it's a great story behind the song. Yeah. And number 2, not a surprise here, is going to be Breakthrough. It was a really great film, and man, that mom, oh man, she's strong. She's strong in her faith. And how that boy comes to actually live through this experience is pretty cool. And I really enjoyed the film. It was a great reminder of how a community can really come together. Yeah, as well as God Sent Down Like Darkness, like that's a good film. And with that in mind, honorable mentions that I would have loved to put on this list. Definitely God Sent Down Like Darkness. I would have loved to put that on the list. I really enjoyed the message behind that one. I wasn't a big fan of the second one, but I like the first and the third the most. And then Do You Believe would definitely be another honorable mention as well. And I think, yeah, those would be the only 2 honorable mentions I would have. Because, to be quite frank, I haven't watched that many Christian films that we don't really have that many Christian films in the house. So, shockingly. But, yeah. Well, with that in mind, my number 1 favorite Christian movie of all time, which, this is the one I was going to do a movie review on, but decided not to, and it's I Still Believe. When I first watched this, I was like, okay, this is my number 1. I was really touched on how incredible this story was, and how, well, obviously it's not the real Jeremy Camp, but how he battled through this situation, and how his wife's story really touched a lot of people, because he and his new wife ended up, continuing to spread the story of how Melissa she was a fighter, for sure. But yeah, and not too familiar with Jeremy Camp, but I am familiar with the song that's that the movie is based off of. But yeah. Well, anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap this video for you guys today. And as always, have a great rest of your day.